Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. I did. It was very hot here in Michigan, but that's okay. That's my kind of weather. And I know there's several of you out there too that prefer the hot weather to the cold. So, if you recall, last week I made this cute shadow box card, and I've chosen somebody that's going to win this card. And the way you win it is by commenting, or if you like my video, share my video and then comment, share down below in the comments. And next week, if you do that, I will put your name in the drawing and get a chance to win the project I'm working on tonight. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, and then after you do, click the little button or the little bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. I'd appreciate that. And I like hearts and thumbs up and things like that too. That helps my video be seen by more people. And sharing my video helps me too. So anyway, I'm going to send this cute little shadow box card. See, it folds flat to mail, and it fits in an envelope just perfectly. And that is going to go out to Diana Knapp. I'm sorry there. So Diana, I will be sending you this card out in the mail very soon. Okay? I hope you enjoy it. And again, thanks for sharing my video. So tonight I have a Christmas card that I made using some of the designer series paper from Celebration. I'm going to change the view to my hands and we're going to get started. Okay, here we go. So tonight I am going to use, this is called the Peaceful Prints designer series paper. Okay. This pack of paper is free with a $50 order before shipping and tax. It's 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 different designs. They're double-sided. They've got, one sheet has this deer on it, and then it has a plaid. And if you notice, one of these deer, I think it's this deer, matches the punch that's in the holiday catalog, so you can punch it out. This has got some kind of candy cane stripe. This looks like it has birch trees on the back. This is some green with some snowflakes. This has kind of a, that almost looks like a vine to me. Let's see, we've looked at those. Let's look at the other papers. Oh, I like this one. This one's a black and red plaid with white snowflakes. Here's some red and black plaid without the snowflakes. This one's cute. Green and black with some buffalo check trees. I think that's really cute. Here's some polka dots. There's the snowflakes. Oh, and then here's some smaller deer. I think this, and then I love this plaid. I think this is crumb cake. I'm going to check the back here. The colors on the back on the label. Let me see if that's crumb cake. I believe it is. Yes, it's this designer series paper has basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, oh, and Sahara sand. It's Sahara sand, not crumb cake. Sahara sand. Yep. Okay. So it's a great paper. Some of the designs you can use for other times a year. I think some of the, like this plaid here, would make a great masculine card, as would that plaid there. I just think there's some great designs there. So I wanted to do a card using that paper, and so this is what I came up with. And I have several things on here I want to show you. Like this snowflake here is cut out of the gold and rose gold 6x6 metallic specialty paper. You know, this is kind of hidden in the catalog. I kind of ran into it by accident, but it is just gorgeous. You get 4 6x6 sheets of each color. There's the rose gold, and then your traditional kind of a yellow gold. Aren't those pretty? You know, this would go really well, I think, with that designer series paper in the holiday catalog, the something in Whimsy that has the pinks in it. I think that would go just gorgeous. So anyway, we're going to be using this paper tonight to cut out our snowflake. But I wanted to show you that because, like I said, I kind of found it by accident when I was in the looking through the catalog, and I would have just missed it altogether. So I wanted to make sure you knew about it. So let me set this off to the side. I think we're going to go ahead and get started here. It's not a hard card to make at all. This base is garden green. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and again we're going to fold it in half. You know, this is a darker card base. You'd want to put a lighter insert in it, and so I would put the soft seafoam just like we're using on the outside here. Okay, so I have a soft seafoam colored mat, and this piece is 5.25 by 4. Then I have a piece of that designer series paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, and it is, this now is, let me see, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so, and I did it that way so you had just a little bit of mat. If you want just a little bit of this edge showing. If you want a larger edge, you know, a larger border to show, you can certainly do that, and you do that by making this layer 5 by 3 3/4. But I kind of like the narrow one on this card. So what we're going to do then is we are going to, because this is the top part and this is the bottom part of the card, we are just going to cut this in half, or not in half exactly. We're going to cut it at 1 3/4. And the nice thing here is I get to decide which part I want on the top and which I want on the bottom. And I think, you know what? I think I'm going to make that the top part of my card. So this will be the part that I turn over. So this will be the inch, what did I say, and 3/4 that I cut off. 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. And, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly 1 3/4 inches. I just kind of tried to take a little bit, I wanted the top a little larger than the bottom, okay? Now, sometimes it's hard when you have two pieces and you're trying to get them centered onto your mat, okay? So, especially with the narrow edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to kind of turn it over, and I'm going to line them up. This is sort of cheating, but that's okay. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get some good old Scotch tape, just a little piece, and put one here and one right here. So it will help me put them together on the mat as one unit. Okay, there we go. Because I do struggle sometimes when I have two pieces and I'm trying to make it the border equal all around. See how much easier that is to work with than if I was trying to work with two separate pieces. So, you know, it's a little bit cheating. So let me get I'm gonna use my Tombow. That's what I have handy here. Plus, because I'm, you know, I am working with a little bit narrower margin. This will give me a little bit of forgiveness to move it around. If I used the seal or some other type of adhesive, I wouldn't have quite as much. So let me put this down. That's not too bad. There we go. Okay. And you know, don't worry about it's a little bit off, but don't worry about that, because you know what? The ribbon is going to cover that up. Okay. So that's all for that for now. Next thing is, I guess we will work on this tag. So I have my mat, my squishy mat, since I'm using a photopolymer stamp. I want to show you the stamp set I'm using. I chose to use the Merry Christmas from this stamp set. It's called Little Delights. There's a couple reasons I like this stamp set. First of all, it gives me birthday, Thanksgiving, a couple different Christmas, and it gives me Halloween, a couple Halloween, and a thank you, all in one stamp set. I don't do a lot of Halloween. I don't really do a lot of fall cards, but it gives me the options to have those types of sentiments if I want to. And even like here, I have a little, you know, these little cute little bats. So, you know, it's enough. I could come up with a Halloween card with those. And I really like this font here, this cursive font. So that was the second reason that I chose that stamp set. So I have my garden green ink. I have a scrap piece of soft seafoam. And normally I would have just taken it out of this piece of cardstock before I layered it on, but I'll show you in a minute why I didn't. So just ink that up, put that right there. Beautiful. It's really all the stamping there is on this project. It's kind of easy. Okay, let's put my mat out of the way too. So now my other new fun toy, look at this. I went ahead and I bought the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Look at this. Isn't this adorable? It's really not heavy at all. It's quite light, especially compared to the bigger one. It folds up and folds down just like the other one. It comes with all of the plates you need to get started. The only thing you have to be careful is, you know, you can't use really wide dies or paper. And that's the reason I couldn't cut out of this to make my tag, because this paper is too wide. But this isn't, okay? So there we go. See that little piece fits on there beautifully. And we are going to use the die from the seasonal labels. This is new in our holiday catalog. There we go. Has 19 dies. And look at these labels. I love these labels. I mean, this one even fits in this little machine. But I'm going to use the bigger. There's two of these that are this shape. I'm going to use the bigger one for this. I bought it for these labels. These label dies. I really like it. So let me make sure I can get this kind of, I may have to get my head in the camera here a little bit, sorry. I want to try to make sure I get it straight. I think what I'll do is I'll stand up. There we go. Actually, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm going to put my little plate on top. And we are going to run this through. Look at this. Is this cute? There we go. And I think this little machine is going to be perfect for me to take when I go to events and things like that. I'm going to put that back on my magnet before I lose it, or so I don't lose it. Okay. So you might there's the tag. Perfect. You might see there's little slits here. And I used the Label Me Fancy punch. It's got this little, let me see, we're getting a glare here. Whoops, you can see my reflection. Let me, you see right there, there's a little, you know, slot that you can punch out. You can see it easier right there. So I'm going to show you here how I've done this. You want to make sure you don't want to put it in so far that you punch the edge of this off here. So what I did was I just kind of made sure I centered it. I put it right, my finger is there so it's not too far. And then I went punch. I think that's the best way to use that one. Well, the little piece is loose somewhere in my punch. Oh well. Then we're going to do this other way too. But you know what? For me, I think it works better this way. Hold on here. There we go. Whoops. And there we go. It's not exactly even, but you know what? It's really, nobody's going to notice it once you get it on your card. So there we go. I was looking around my drawer trying to decide which ribbon to use, and I came upon this carried over ribbon. This is the Old Olive Pretty Peacock reversible ribbon, and I think that the shiny side is great. Not so much the peacock side. I mean, I guess you can, but I think the shiny side is great with our shiny snowflake. So I want about this much. So if that's 5.5 inches, that's like 6 or so on that. I'm gonna run the ribbon behind it. And then up through that hole. There we go, just like that. Now the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything is I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to glue the tag down to the card, and then I will get my ribbon adhered. Okay, so put some. I mean, you could put this on dimensionals if you wanted to, but I just decided to glue it just on my card flat. So see, now I can move it. I can move my ribbon as I need to kind of center it in the holes. Turn that over. Here's my glue dots, another great adhesive. Just take those off, put it right on there. And I can adjust that a little bit if I need to. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card base, just like that. Like I said, I would also use a soft seafoam insert on the inside for my greeting to whoever, the recipient, my Merry Christmas, wishes, a little note. And it would be the same size as this piece of soft seafoam here on the front. So that would make it 5 1/4 by 4. There we go. Okay, there's that. Now the last thing we have to do is our snowflake. So here is that great, the metallic paper that I showed you earlier. Kind of a sleeper. The dies I'm using are the So Many Snowflakes. This is a carryover from last year. It's just, I like snowflake. I don't like snow, but I like snowflakes. Go figure. I'm going to try to put that in there so I can get as many, maybe I can get one more snowflake out of that. I think I can get 3 across from there if I push it all the, you know. If the first one had been a little closer to the edge, I think I would have been able to get a third one out of there. I might still be able to, you just never know. There we go. This, sometimes you have to punch it out a little bit. If I was using a bigger machine, I probably would have turned it 90 degrees the other way and run it through again just to you know, cut this better, but it kind of pops right on out like this. Here we go. This almost, I don't know, it has a feel almost, I don't want to say fabric, but it's different. It's not like regular paper. I don't know how it would tear. But I'm gonna see if I could get, yeah, see, I can get one more snowflake out of that. So out of a 6x6 piece, I could get 9 of these snowflakes as long as I'm pushing them close. So that's not bad at all. So you do have to kind of, you know, work it out a little bit. But like I said, if I was using my bigger machine, I would turn it 90 degrees and run it through again. Now, I'm going to use the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I'm going to put one of these green ones. Again, this one is it's actually shaded spruce, but I think the green is just fine. I'm going to put that right there. The other thing you can do is you could use the clear rhinestones, color them with your shaded spruce Stampin' blends, let it dry, and then use that. Stampin' blends work beautifully to color our clear rhinestones and to color our pearls. So just keep that in mind if you ever need a rhinestone and you don't have the color. Excuse me. Okay, where did my mini dimensionals go? Oh, they're back in my drawer. Oh, I've got a tickle in my throat. So I'm just going to put a mini dimensional. This is when they come in handy. This one fits right there in the center. Perfect. Okay. Put this right here. Look at that. I think that's pretty. I think that's got a lot of kind of bling to it. So I hope you liked tonight's card. I want to thank you for joining me. Please share my video and comment share down below, and I might be sending you this card. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and I will, you know what, I might not see you next week. Next Monday's Labor Day. I'm not sure yet. My husband and I may have some plans, so I don't know. You'll just have to kind of keep an eye out on the my Facebook page. But if I don't see you next Monday, I will see you the following Monday. And don't forget, we only have a month left of celebration. So if there's something you want from celebration, get it before it's gone, okay? Take care, everybody, and have a great week. Bye now.